If you like my videos or you like some of the stuff that I have to say, click that button down there and subscribe to my channel. This way here, when a new video comes out, it'll send you a message, and maybe my ratings will go up. Will go up. Thank you. Before I start, there's one real important thing. That's right. Coffee. I've been watching a lot of articles, and uh, I'm just a YouTube fan. I watch a lot of YouTube. And I've been watching a lot of the stuff that's been going on, and the Black Lives Matter thing just confuses the hell out of me. I understand the Black Lives Matter part of it, but when I look at their, I guess you call them rallies or their protests, the Black Lives protests, 10% is black, the rest is white. Oh, I'm not being racist. And I know this is going to sound kind of funny, but as I think about that, what I'm saying is white people care about blacks. I'm sure a lot do. But if there's, and I'm only going to use just round numbers and just make believe numbers, if there's 1,000 people and there's 200 blacks and there's 800 whites, don't tell me that the 800 whites are there care about the blacks. I'm not saying that they want them dead. I'm saying care about them to where, yeah, let's help the black people from being killed and stuff by the police. I know some care, and I'm not saying that any of us want anything bad to happen to black people, because even I don't think like that. But if you're throwing rocks at my window, that'll be a different story. I'll want to shoot you and won't care, you know. But just because you're a black walking down the street, it doesn't bother me, and I don't care. I live real close to a black neighborhood anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The only time that it does make a little bit of difference to me is when I see a black kid with his underwear up to his neck, hanging out of the back of his pants because his pants is on his knees. And I know they think that's style, but I think it's disrespectful to themselves. It makes them look like they're uneducated. Why would you want to? Why would you? Anyway, I don't want to get into that. That's stupid. That's another video. I have to mark that down. But when I see all these white people and I see them really, I mean, some of them, I watched that one lady yelling at a black guy, and he was calm as hell, telling her, what are you being paid for? Who's paying you? He kept asking her that. And I was laughing because I was thinking the same damn thing. I mean, she was so combative with him, I would think that she was black. Then I could almost understand that. But she was white. Maybe she's got a black boyfriend or a black husband. I don't know. Or black children. I still don't know that either. But nobody acts the way she does. She acted like she was really being killed by the Trump supporters that was across the street. She was so angry that they were telling her, don't tear down these statues. And she was pissed off about that. But when you're tearing down statues, how is that going to change anything? The only thing that does is it changes my view of you. And it pulls away from the cause entirely. Black Lives Matter. When I see that sign, I look at it and I say, okay, Black Lives Matter. But also, white lives matter, Asians' lives matter, Latinos matter, all that matters. Blue lives, the cops matter. President Orange Trump matters. But when you're saying Black Lives Matter and you're burning an American flag, or you're defacing property, or you're burning down a store or a building that's hurting black people more than white people. And let's face it, where was all these buildings? I looked on the map today because I wanted to go to Walmart, and all the Walmarts that are close to where I live says temporary closed on Google Maps. So I had to go out to suburbs to go to Walmart to buy some oil for my truck. That makes me mad. But when I see all these stuffs like that, and I'm thinking to myself, all lives matter. They should be not just black lives. Because when they say the black men or black people, period, are getting beat up and prosecuted by the cops, and I know some do, but I watch a lot of videos because, like I said, I'm a freak of YouTube. And every time I see not always, but the majority of blacks that get out of the car either break and run, or they defy the cops, or they're combative or argumentative. Some whites are too. And the same thing happens to the whites as the blacks. They end up in jail. And the ones who fight back end up getting hurt, and then right away it's police brutality. And to be honest with you, I'm glad I'm not a cop because I'd be in jail myself with some of these people. And that kind of sucks because that's stupid. You're supposed to be there to help enforce the law, but with people spitting at it and yelling "F you" to your this far from your face, or saying some terrible stuff. I mean, I was watching, and not just guys. I'm talking about the girls talking like that. It's just I don't get it. It doesn't fit. So when I see some of these girls and I see all these people, black, and there's a lot of white females, or and then a lot of white guys too. But when I look at these guys, they're young kids, like college students, and it makes me think somebody's paying the bill. And I seen an article on the internet. I should have saved it and turned it in. They were promoting paying you if you go to a rally with a Black Lives Matter sign and raise hell. They will pay you and they'll bail you out if you get in trouble. Just sign up here, put your name in there, we'll tell you where to go. You show up, paycheck. Now, Black Lives Matter, okay, if you're black, it does matter more than it would for me because I'm white, but I'm not white privileged. I work for a living. I'm 67 years old and I have to work. I have to work. There's no way I could live without it. But I'm not prejudiced to that matter of that. But when you just yell Black Lives Matter and I watch you busting car windows and stuff like that, it turns me against you. Not because of the black part, but because that sign to me changes from Black Lives Matter to I'm breaking your shit. And then I lose the part in between to where you guys are protesting for a black guy getting killed by a cop. As soon as you take that rock and throw it, that Black Lives Matter sign changes. Even though I still see BLM on there, or even see where it's written out, Black Lives Matter, I don't see that anymore. I see I'm a violent terrorist tearing up this country and costing millions and millions of dollars to black people that live in a neighborhood or poor people who live in a neighborhood. Those are the people you've hurt. So that BLM sign to me, it means I'm beating up the black people and you're going to like it. And they tell you, if you don't like me, screw you. And they don't give you a chance to even say anything. They're screaming at you. But when you confront them and ask them, why do you feel this way? They don't have an answer to that. They start saying, well, the best answer is you're a racist, Nazi, and all the other crap. So really, somebody, please show me where I'm wrong on my thinking. Black Lives Matter. So does all the other lives. Truck drivers matter. And now I see a lot of stuff to where they're starting to mess with truck drivers. Oh, don't pull it on me because I'm too old. I'll drive over your freaking head. 67. How long am I going to live? But it's not fair. But please, somebody explain this to me. Black Lives Matter sign by a white girl, and then she's screaming at you, and you're black, calling you a pig and all those names and stuff. There's something wrong with that. I can understand if it's a black girl and she's mad. I can. I can understand that actually more than anything. But then I look at what you're doing, and it's wrong. Black Lives Matter, and then I have a video that I put out with an old black woman who's part store owner, and she worked in there, and she's out, choke me, I'm black. And I love that video because I think she's real spunk, but she was telling the truth. If Black Lives Matter, you lie, she says. She says, you tore my store up. You put me out of business. So how does Black Lives Matter when you're killing the blacks? You're killing our own stuff. There's more black people being killed by blacks than anything else. But you're going to blame the cops. You want to defund the cops. Good luck with that. Because when you have a problem and I'm kicking your door in at 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm going to rape your daughter, who are you going to call? Social worker? Maybe you could call the leader of BET, or maybe the leader of Black Lives Matter, and they can come and help you as I'm cutting your throat. Think about that. Who are you going to call? Like that one guy in Seattle. He got shot, and then he called the cops, and he was pissed off because the cops wouldn't come. They didn't show up, and he's going to sue. He's going to sue the city. How about that for a funny joke? Sucks to be you, right? But anyway, Black Lives Matter. That's wrong what you're doing. Because you're not doing it in the name of the blacks. You're doing it for violence. And if you're white and you're carrying a Black Lives Matter, I'd like to ask you why. And I would like the true answer. I'd actually like to see who you are and then check your Facebook and see if there's any blacks in your family and anything. And if there's not, I'd like to see your W-9 to see where you're getting paid from. Seriously. Because it's wrong. You're being paid by Soros or somebody. I don't know who's behind all this stuff. I can only guess it's Soros, but everybody says it's Soros. But I don't see Soros going to jail. I don't see the FBI going after, and that's another thing I don't get. If you're standing there and you're screaming in my face, and I'm a police officer, how come I don't arrest you for disorderly conduct? If you're protesting, there ain't nothing I can do and nothing that I'd want to do. But if you're screaming in my face and saying, F you, copper, to me, that's not protesting and that's not your First Amendment right. That is against the law, actually. That's disorderly conduct. And the police officer at that point should grab that person that does that and put some wire ties on his hands, and then they ought to haul him away. And there ought to be a heavy sentence to get out of jail or a mandatory time in the jail for doing that. If you do that, that stuff will stop. But as long as you stand there and you be a pussy about it, it ain't never going to stop. It's only going to get worse as long as nobody's doing anything about it. It's never going to change. So somebody please explain to me, Black Lives Matter, and it's all white people sit with a sign and tell me that those white people really care about the blacks. Some do. And I'm not saying that white people want all blacks hurt. It's not. But I'm just saying that most white people don't think about the black person's people like that. They don't think about the black people in that aspect. You know what I mean? But if you're gonna ching 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 into my bank account, maybe I'll get me a sign stand out there, Black Lives Matter. If the money's good, maybe I don't have to drive a truck anymore. Maybe I can get ahead in life. I doubt it. if I still would want to do it. So really, somebody explain that to me. But this is, and everything that I say in this video is just my opinion. It's my opinion. My First Amendment right to speech. So, anyway, ciao.